This daily dose is brought to you by Pirate.Black. ARRR!
I think it's important to talk about this legal issue regarding privacy. So first of all, I just, want to remind everybody that a right to privacy is a long tradition in America. Not to mention that for thousands of years, people had privacy with money, right? Simply because there was no way for anybody to trace your money, right? The digitizing of money is relatively recent. And even with that, it's only been the last couple decades that there were really these tools. And it's sort of like all of a sudden, the government becomes very incompetent and corrupt. I mean, compared to the government in the United States in the 1950s, they're pretty incompetent. And back then with no privacy, there wasn't a ton of crime, right? Crime will always exist, and crypto is not going to eliminate criminals. And honestly, crypto is maybe easier to use to catch criminals, and even through some of these privacy. Okay, let's stay on topic here, which is that all of a sudden, the government gets some ability to monitor all financial transactions, and we suddenly all think this is like some inevitable great idea, and that anybody who wants privacy is some sort of criminal. I suddenly became interested in it myself when I had two things happen. One was I gave my nephew a gift for his 13th birthday a few years ago. I wanted to send him one ETH. And I thought about it. It was $100, nice gift. I was like, okay, if I send him one to a wallet, he then can look back and see every transaction I've ever done. Now, not that I have done anything illegal, but I don't know, do I really want my nephew to have access to all of my financial transactions? I don't know. And I had another one too. I had this idea, which I haven't done yet, and, some sort of a charity education thing where I help maybe underprivileged kids learn about crypto. And as part of it, I actually help them set up a wallet and send them for free some crypto. Okay, do I want all of those kids, random underprivileged kids, to have access to every transaction I've ever done? No, I want a little privacy. Well, turns out there's a way to do it. So this idea that if you want privacy, you must be a criminal is absurd. They'll try to attack it just because they want to stay in power. Like, you have a government risk in all tokens, not just privacy, okay? But one thing I've come to see is that the people that are most anti-crypto in our government, and, the Elizabeth Warren types, they really are very unknowledgeable on crypto especially, but, all things in general. These people are incredibly incompetent, and I'm starting to think they're not the ones who are going to craft the laws because they're not smart enough. Crypto's too big and too complex, and too many people are involved. Then when it comes to making laws, there were recently some proposals in Congress by actually really intelligent people put together a real plan, and the Elizabeth Warrens who were throwing sticks and going, they're not going to get anywhere. They're not competent enough. I'm starting to think that the evil forces, there are many in government, but they're mostly idiots, and most of the time they get their laws through by sneaking them in. And crypto, they've tried that. There's been a few times when they tried to sneak in some things, and a couple things have gotten through in those shady ways. But crypto people, we're on top of it. Although negative regulation to, hurt individuals' freedom and right to privacy and other things that we deserve could be thwarted by government, but I think the odds of it seem to be actually going down, and trust in government is going down more and more. We'll see where this bear market goes, but I think it brings in less trust with government, and we start to see more value in crypto because we'll see how durable it is when other financial things are falling apart. It can't be stopped. If the government says it's illegal, well, okay. I don't know. How do they monitor that? And let me also just, one other point regarding crime. most crime, obviously as a total number, is done with fiat and with dollars, but even as a percentage of transactions within the size of the economy, there is less crime as a percent now in crypto than there is in fiat.
Follow the treasure to pirate.black, because financial privacy today is freedom tomorrow. Ah!